لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وسلم. Praise be to Allah. We seek His help and forgiveness. We seek refuge from Allah. With Allah comes the evil of our own souls and from our bad deeds. Whomsoever Allah guides will never be led astray, and whomsoever Allah leads astray, no one can guide. I bear witness that there is no God but Allah, the one having no partner, and I bear witness that Muhammad is His slave and messenger, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Peace and blessings of Allah be upon him. Allah says, يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. O you who believe, fear Allah as you should be feared, and die not except the faith of Islam. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا. O you who believe, keep your duty to Allah and fear Him, and speak always the truth. يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. He will direct you to righteous deeds and will forgive you your sins. And whosoever obeys Allah and His Messenger has indeed achieved a great achievement. Mababaya, all Muslims, as the years have passed, various groups of people have discussed a very important issue which many communities have in common. People from all walks of life with different interests have discussed the positive and negative aspects of this issue because it is a very important topic. Many people have commented on this through various means, such as magazines, mosques, clubs, and other media, and from many different points of view. The issue of faith in Allah is that of summer of yearly vacation, which has become an indispensable event for many people. All nations agree that this event has become a part of our lives and cannot be ignored. It has imposed itself to be a part of a fixed yearly plan, and in most cases it is unorganized and poorly planned, despite the fact that people feel that it is a necessity. When people think of their vacation, they do not seem to have the proper objectives, and their plans seem to lack the limitations of time and place, let alone the adherence to the Islamic guidelines that should define what can and cannot be done during them. Only an arrogant or ignorant person would deny the fact that people need to rest after long periods of hard work, and that they need to relax after stress. Islam does not oblige people to make all their words as those of remembrance of Allah, nor to make all their time be occupied with acts of worship. Rather, Islam has permitted rest and relaxation within defined limits. As a matter of fact, when the companion of the Prophet ﷺ came to the Prophet ﷺ complaining that the strength and level of his iman decreased when he returned to home and played with his wife and children, as opposed to the time when he was with the Prophet ﷺ. The Prophet ﷺ replied to this by saying, a time for this and a time for that, which means an hour for worship and increasing one's iman, and an hour for living one's life within the limits and boundaries of Islam, which would also help one increase their iman. Ibn Abdurrahman, may Allah have mercy upon him, narrated that Ali ibn Abi Talib, may Allah be pleased with him, said, "Relax your hearts and find some means of entertainment for them, because they become apathetic just as bodies get tired." Ibn al-Jawzi, may Allah have mercy upon him, said, "I observe that man has shouldered many difficult responsibilities and obligations. Amongst the heaviest of burdens is controlling himself and persevering through that which he likes and dislikes. And it seems to me that the correct thing to do is interrupt that with something that is contained." This is how we should understand mixing seriousness and amusement and hard work with relaxation. But there are important questions regarding the behavior of many Muslims during vacation that must be asked. How far does amusement go during vacation? What is the ideal way of utilizing our time and maintaining our priorities? What should be our real understanding of vacationing? Is it too much sleep? Is it wholly expensive, extravagant weddings? Is it splitting days into nights and nights into days? Or is it excessive TV and internet viewing? These are questions which come from the heart of every believing man and woman who have a conscience and are deeply concerned by the manner in which our youth are spending their time and utilizing their health. O Muslims, in order to recognize mature and responsible communities who are concerned about their individuals and the utilization of wasted human resources within their ranks, we must observe what their stance is regarding vacations and holiday periods, as well as the serious researches that they conduct in order to find solutions for the negative and unsavory aspects of vacations. Indeed, if we were to attempt to go into detail about the negative practices that take place during vacations in many of our communities, it would take too long a time. But we'll mention just a few to give an idea of what takes place. It is best to be clear and honest about these vacations, which in many cases stray away from the teachings and boundaries of Islam. One of the most disgraced practices during vacations is when people switch their days into nights and vice versa. People stay up all night with useless talk and incorrect behavior. Sometimes they even involve sinful words and actions. Some people spend their nights dancing or listening to music, and then when the day comes, they spend it sleeping, heedless of the remembrance of Allah, let alone in His worship. Such practices make people heedless of the fact that Allah made nights to rest and then days for working, and that the alternation of the day and night is one of the signs of greatness of Allah. In fact, when Allah wanted to give the disbeliever an example of His might and power, He mentioned the alternation of the day and night. As He says, قُلْ أَرَأَيْتُمْ إِنْ جَعَلَ اللَّهُ عَلَيْكُمُ اللَّيْلَ سَرْمَدًا إِلَى يَوْمِ الْقِيَامَةِ مَنْ إِلَهٌ غَيْرُ اللَّهِ يَأْتِيكُمْ بِضِيَاءٍ أَفَلَا تَسْمَعُونَ. Say, have you considered if Allah should make for you the night continuous until the day of resurrection, what deity other than Allah could bring you light? Then will you not hear? قُلْ أَرَأَيْتُمْ إِنْ جَعَلَ اللَّهُ عَلَيْكُمُ النَّهَارَ سَرْمَدًا إِلَى يَوْمِ الْقِيَامَةِ مَنْ إِلَهٌ غَيْرُ اللَّهِ يَأْتِيكُمْ بِلَيْلٍ تَسْكُنُونَ فِيهِ أَفَلَا تُبْصِرُونَ. Say, have you considered if Allah should make for you the day continuous until the day of resurrection, what deity other than Allah could bring you a night in which you may rest? Then will you not see? ومن رحمته جعل لكم الليل والنهار لتسكنوا فيه ولتبتغوا من فضله ولعلكم تشكرون. And out of His mercy He made for you the night and the day, that you may rest therein, and by day seek from His bounty, and that perhaps you will be grateful. Says of Allah, from among the incorrect practices which frequently occur during vacations, and for which people in general, and women in particular, long for, are the evil practices which occur during parties. In preparation for such events, people spend excessive amounts of money and concentrate all their efforts in this. They spend ridiculous amounts on renting the hall where the event is to be held and boast to others about doing so. They go to ridiculous lengths in shopping for the event, and women expose their adornments during these times. All of these happens prior to the event, as well as huge amounts of money spent in clothes, food, and drinks solely for the purpose of showing and boasting. Another evil practice which is widespread during vacation is the satellite television channels, which prepare programs especially for the summer vacation. They prepare for these just as people prepare to face an enemy. They compete in broadcasting the most seductive programs which destroy chastity and persevere in this, so that the noble manners which people might have acquired during the year are destroyed in a very short amount of time. These channels act like a destructive hammer which destroys any trace of morality that people may have in their hearts. Channels which are administered by people with no conscience, and that would have made them distinguish between that which is good and that which is shameless. The effect of these channels is that they eradicate the strong community bonds that exist from their roots, regardless of whether we realize this or not. Moreover, some of what these channels are broadcasting may be jeopardizing the social stability and security that we currently enjoy. Something that we must realize is that those who steal people's minds and command their ideology are no less evil than those who steal money. Both types of thieves cause havoc and endanger security and stability. We should note that it is the media that controls the minds of people and communities. The truth is that people's behavior, ideologies are formed. The media is what should propagate issues that are of concern to the Muslims and support them. Or it could be the cause for facts to be altered or caused to disappear. If anyone wishes to know whether a nation is serious or careless, all they have to do is observe the media and the issues that it regards as important, because this is what will affect its community, both in a positive and negative manner. Say to Allah, fear Allah during your summer vacation, and stay far away from the satanic gatherings which lead people to destruction. بارك الله لي ولكم في القرآن العظيم ونفعني وإياكم بما فيه من الآيات والذكر الحكيم. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفروه إنه هو